I think that there's a big Atlantic space in many ways. Sometimes we only think on geopolitical strategies, but I feel, or I lived, as always, a cultural space as well. There's a feeling, there's a sense of belonging to something that merges what happens in the Atlantic. From the north, and especially here in the south, from the south. And South America is part of our history, is part of our belongings, families, culture is fully engaged where we are, and also especially with North America. And all around Europe also is not only an economical relation, not only a political relation, but especially a cultural relation. I'm sure that there's many in the political and economic sphere, but the first and most sustainable driver should be the driver between societies, between people. Governments are working hard. Sometimes the European Union is too divided in order to be strong enough to have a good relation in the Atlantic, but a part of that, societies, so people, civil society, citizens, cultural institutions, social institutions, research centers, museums, music halls, whatever, should really have a big relation in the Atlantic on cooperation on many fields, from literature to arts, to research, to sports, and it's this kind of drivers that really make sustainable the Atlantic sphere. First of all, cities are the key driver for the 21st century. We live in the city, on the century of cities. We live in the century of talent, and talent is a hugely mobile asset. So talent is deciding where to live, and they decide to live in cities. So if cities are the key driver of the 21st century and talent is the key driver of the 21st century, cities should be at the heart of the relations in the Atlantic. And here we have many things to learn from both sides of the Atlantic. Barcelona, for example. Barcelona has a urban model that has been copied or has been a good practice elsewhere, and when you go around, people ask about that. Not only on South America, but also in North America. So the European model of cities, the European model of urban dimension, of cohesion, of urban development, is something to learn in both sides of the Atlantic. One of the issues that I think that we can really learn from, especially North America, is the way of how public-private are organized, the role of civil society. And here there's a big gap between us and North America. And I guess that this is a field of learning, of improving. We are sometimes too government-driven, and the civil society doesn't have much space to work in. Meanwhile, in the other side, in the Atlantic side, there's a bigger role of the civil society. Not only because there's less government, but especially because the civil society feels that they have a role to play. This role to play is important. So the pros are clear for me. There's a need of more opinions, there's a need of different leaderships, there's a need of engagement of people in this complicated world we are currently living. And the cons is when these public-private partnerships are not well managed. The rules have to be clear, and public-private partnership is not a marketing issue. It's something that has to be really and strongly, clearly regulated. Sometimes we misunderstand and we feel that a private organization is a private organization while it receives public funds, then it's not a private organization. So that's not a public-private partnership. The real public-private partnership is when government and private, fully funded private organizations really play a role in the same table with clear rules.